It is extraordinary that Manchester United have included a homegrown player in their first team squad for 81 years. A rich club tradition that has survived the multinational era and globalisation of talent, of course. Times change, and one of the current players at the club qualifying as homegrown is a £90 million Parisian they had to buy back from Juventus. So isn't quite the cottage industry of old. Nevertheless, Friday night at Yeovil, the tradition was not only indulged, it was shown to be thriving. The contributions of last night's representatives of the 81-year run were just as significant as the £400,000 a week man who we had all come to watch. Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard both scored fine goals, Scott McTominay started and played well, and Angel Gomez came on. At the end, in truth, the United way has survived better than many imagined it would when Jose Mourinho swaggered into the club in 2016. Brandishing a long list of young players whose careers he claimed to have nurtured as though he felt the press might distrust him in this department. Still, every time a player of the ilk of Alexis Sanchez arrives, you fear for that heritage. It's nothing new, of course. United have been in the market for the biggest and the best for decades, from Brian Robson to Juan Sebastian Veron, Eric Cantona to Teddy Sheringham, Laurent Blanc to Cristiano Ronaldo. Old, young, foreign. Best of British will be imported to maintain the most important club tradition, that of winning. Every generation of United youngsters knows what they are up against. It's not good to be just good, it's necessary to be outstanding. So McTominay knows that he will need to knock someone like Nemanja Matic out of the team, and Rashford will be competing with Romelu Lukaku for the foreseeable future. Last night, obviously, the star signing started in his favoured position of wide left. So Rashford was centre forward, and you would assume that will now be the place for which he is competing, except when Sanchez is rested. However, when Lukaku came on, Rashford was shunted wide right, so perhaps Mourinho sees a role for him there too. In his central role, he did well. That clean finish for the first goal and those shows of his impressive pace which stretched limited defenders were encouraging signs. Rather like his friend Lingard, he is at present clearing every hurdle put in front of him. Lingard, who you would have assumed would have been most vulnerable to a new wave of attacking players, has simply raised his games to new levels. Against Yeovil he netted his 12th goal of this season. McTominay, who Mourinho has singled out for praise of late, was steadier and made less impact, but he is a neat midfielder who can find a delightful through ball when necessary. And he is tall, 6 feet 4 inches, which should endear him to Mourinho. The booking won't have harmed him either. Mourinho will like the bite. The problem for all of them is Manchester City, or rather the fact that Mourinho needs improvement now. Hence the call for Sanchez and doubtless another midfielder and defender in the summer. The new contract Mourinho signed this week, which can run until 2021, should give the manager some succor and encouragement to nurture his homegrown stars, but he knows the gap on City needs to be closed quickly. And the gap remains considerable. Paul Pogba will naturally be central to all this and maintains the youth team link. Rashford, Lingard and McTominay will want the same to be more than bit part players, but the task is enormous. They have to make themselves as indispensable as the incoming £100 million signings. They should take heart though. Mauricio Pochettino recently revealed he wasn't convinced by Harry Kane's athleticism when he arrived at Tottenham, but was impressed by his response to his doubts, and gave him his chance. Mourinho is no Pochettino when it comes to blood in youngsters, but he has shown he is not immune to the United way. These young players continue to receive chances. Millions have been spent, but they haven't yet been sidelined. They have done well. Now they must do better, and if they do, their legacy and impact at the club could be considerably greater than the 29-year-old Chilean we all came to see on Friday.